What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, listen, tonight I'm going to show you guys how I built my wing mitts at the church, New Life and Deliverance Ministries, ACOJ, in Pompano Beach. We just recently received the wing rack coming from the XR18, and this is my first mitts. So, I did a quick rough mitts at the church just to get everything going after installing it, running everything. And as you can see on the screen, this is my mix, and I'm going to run you through it. I'm still working on it, but I'm going to run you through it right now. So I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes, so it's going to be quick. And if you want to see anything that I did, or you have any questions, just drop it in the comments, and I'm going to try my best to show you what I did and teach you how to do it. Also, if these videos are helping you out, listen, trying to get 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We're doing great. We're closing in on 700. So, hey, listen, help me out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if these videos are helping you guys, and let's get into it. All right, so channel 1 is one of the ladies on our praise team. She goes by the name of Mother Blue. So here you can see on my EQ is I just did a nice low cut. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just starting my mitts, so I on the fly I start tweaking. But right now, because I am a musician, I do play keys, and I try to mix at the same time. So this helps me out until I hear something that I don't like, and then I pull stuff back. So most of my vocals EQ is probably going to be the same as this. The only one that's probably not the same right now is our talkback mic. So I'm going to take you through the effects. All right, so here we have our EQ. The first chain under the dynamics model, I got the 76 the limiter amplifier, the L2. Hey, listen, this 76, I love it. Second, on the vocal chain, I have a auto correction. I have a mount to 65, and that's pretty hot, but I'm okay with it. Because it's not gonna sound like a robot. And that's the first channel. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's on my mix. That's pretty much it. Same thing for another singer that goes by the name of Shayna. Now our background vocals are not all the way there yet, but we're working. We're getting better every week. Okay, so I got the auto tune there. Same thing as the other chain. So these other channels that's here, that's red, pink, you see the pink here, red, all these mics, all these are wireless mics, and they're actually hooked up and ready to go, even though we have 3 churches. So on this mix, when we load the file, this is how the mix is for our church. We're in the main church, there's our building. So when we come in, I'm loading this up. All right, so these other channels that you see blank, just in case you was wondering, they're for another ministry. So once they come and they load up, it'll be there. So E. Terry is another singer, and it's the same thing. Okay, now these are mostly background vocals. They might do some talking or whatever, so I'm not doing too much on these vocals. All right, so elect lady, this is our pastor's apostle's wife. She's the pastor at the church. This is her mic line. Okay, and let me go up here so I can show you the gain. Right now I have the gain set to 13 because the mic is coming in hot and it works for us. And another thing, I haven't had the chance to test her mic yet. So all the settings that you're seeing now is settings that I know if you plug in, you can get to work right away. You're going to have a okay service. Everything's going to sound fine. And you can begin to tweak and tweak. When I had the XR18, it took me about a good year just to get that sound that I wanted. Okay, so listen, just keep working and you'll get there. Okay, let's go to her mic. The EQ, wow, I'm surprised it's like that. So you get to see me hit the low cut, and usually with her, I'll leave it like this because she's loud and she doesn't have too much bass in her vocal, so I'll leave it like that. And you know, depending on how the speakers sound in the church, I can move it like that. Okay, with the low frequency button right here, if you was wondering. Okay, all right. So here I got her again. The pitch fits the auto tune. I have her set to 46. Okay. I have the vintage room reverb. I really love this reverb for vocals. I have the FETs mix set to 13. So it's not really going in. Oh, let's get that camera focus. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it's not really too much, but I on the fly, if I want more, if she's singing a song, I could bring it in. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking, I can bring it out. So right where I have it is perfect. Okay, all these mics, I don't have anything. You can see here, you know, that's what I have on these microphones. This used to be a mic that we was using, so you know I still had the effects on it. So if somebody was to grab this mic, it'll sound okay. All right, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go here. So this mic line here, Elder Gary, this is our praise team leader. All right, so I'm gonna have to add the reverb back to her vocals here, but same thing as the other vocals. But if you notice here, I'm up at 15.5 dB with the gain. Her mic is hotter than everyone else's that's over here that's doing background, right? Because I want her vocal to sit on top, so it's louder. Okay. 76 LA pitch correction, and here I'm gonna right here somewhere, I'm gonna throw this same. This is my effects chain. We're gonna get to all this, the stream and everything, but see, I don't want to move that right now. So let's go ahead and just do this now while we're here, so I don't have to come back and do it later. All right. So nope, we're gonna have to go back. That's the thing about these over here. You wanna stay over here when it comes to the mic. So I'm gonna have to remove. I might use this because I have this actually set on bus 3, so I might just put her reverb from there. I'm not gonna touch this right now. So let's get back to it. So if you want to exit out of here, you could just hit close. Okay. And again, we got our pitch. Like I told you, we got our pitch fits on her vocal, and that's pretty much it. So all right, our apostles Mike, who is the apostle, he talks more than a lot of people at our church. He's our pastor. Also, he's the leader of the ministry. So this is his microphone. And as you can see, I'm not going to keep going through this, but as you can see right here, it's the same 3 effects. And you might be saying, those must be your favorite effects. And listen, I use them all, but these here, I know when I'm starting the mix, they're going to get me going and sounding good right away. Okay, let's check out the gain. Again, 15.5 dB. That's getting me around this -12, -24, right in the middle of that, where it's green and just getting a little light green, yellow, I should say. It's good for me. All right. You know, I should hook the wing up and show you the meters, but I'm in my studio now, but I do have a wing here. But let's just keep the video going. I'm getting off track. All right. Phoenix Pro. So this is a Phoenix Pro mic that we got off Amazon, and we use this for the Propel, the microphone. So you see, we have this a little hotter at 18, which I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that back a little bit to about 16 dB, and I'll fix it tomorrow in service. Okay, so all these other mics are speaking mics, people in our church. And you notice that everybody in our ministry almost have their own microphone. And it's kind of been like that since COVID. So that's the way the ministry wanted to rock it. And that's what we're going to do. You know, if it was me, you know, personally, I would just say, let's sanitize those mics. Because I would put some SM58s on stage, or I would get some better mics, and I'll be able to save room in my fetch rack. But it is what it is. This works, and I do like the idea. So let's get to our bass guitar. Okay, so for my gate model, I have a LA Leveter. Everybody already know about the 2A LA. The 2A LA, and it's a good compressor. I like it. I actually have one in the studio here in the rack that I barely use, but I love it. Wing compressor. Okay, FETs 8. In my processor, I have the Psycho bass. Okay. All right. Show you my gain. It's set down at 2 right now. Because ever since we got the wing, our bass player hasn't been there. So I haven't been able to tweak him. You know what I'm saying? Right now. So when I do that, guys, if you want to see it, I'll make a video. So let's get down to the keys. My bottom keys, I'm playing the Yamaha MODX 8. All right. So this is the chain for that. This is my EQ. You want to screenshot that to see what I'm doing there. And I'm using the compressor, the 2A LA, okay? That's it. That's all I got there. I don't want to do too much with that. And this is my top keyboard. It's just a regular compressor, flat EQ. On here, I'm running bass, leads, sound effects. Main stage. I actually have this channel running through Focusrite interface, using main stage. So all my sounds from main stage, I'm bringing out on a MIDI controller through keys 2 on the top. All right. So here, channel 24. If you come here, you see I have that coming out on the local. Okay. That's a long story. If we have time, I get to that. But most of these channels here are coming off our snake. And the rack local is at our engineer's desk. The guys who's running our live stream, that's where the rack lives at. So all the local channels is here. So what I did, if you come here, you see on the snake, channel 23 and 24 is the stereo keyboard. But the great thing about the wing is you can use one channel. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're using 2 channels on the snake, I have it one channel here. It's stereo. And that's the same thing for 21, 22. And here, look, channel 22 is local 5. You understand that? So whatever I hook on local 5, I want to hook an iPhone there. I put an iPhone here. People using the mixer won't know how I have it routed, but I'm letting you guys know. So, because if you're watching this video, you're definitely trying to see what's going on with the wing application here. Okay, so 25 is in the band room. If they want to run a track from their phone, C-Dub loops, or they have GarageBand from your phone or whatever, you can do that here. And this is my EQ. Nothing too major. Just something simple. You could take a picture of that if you want. Now here's my talkback mic. The EQ is, it's definitely EQ, right? I have a combo compressor here, the source extractor, the LA Model 2A. Okay. Have another compressor. You know what I'm saying? Why is you doing that to your talkback mic? Sometimes I turn it on and I help sing. So I want to make sure it sounds okay if I ever have to do that. Let's get to the drum kick. So right now, even though we have the S32 sitting on stage, I'm running 2 microphones right now. You know, I had 10 microphones. I had one on the snare, 3 tom mics, 2 overheads, snare mic. I had a hi-hat mic, the drum kick, of course. I had all these microphones, and it's just a lot to keep up with, and you know, with 3 churches and everything, it's a lot for everybody. And we're not doing no professional recording right now, so hey, I went with 1 mic on the kick, a Shure mic on the kick, and for my overhead mic, it's an SM58, I believe. Okay, and here's the kick EQ. Skip. All right, the Soul Analog. I have the gate on there. Okay, here you go. Go back in case you want to take a picture of that. Psycho bass. Okay, that's what I'm doing with the kick. Overhead. Let's go back home. Here's my EQ for the overhead mic. 70. I got a 76 LA on there. So now here I go again. Leslie. This is for our Hammond organ, and as you can see, I have 2 mics on it. I have, even though it say Leslie low mic, I probably should just change that. Let's change that. Let's close that out, Leslie. So another thing, I'm using 2 mics on the Snake, channel 29 and channel 30. It's coming through 1 fader, which I love, because on the X, you know, the XR18 or the X32, it was 2 faders, you know. So I'm really loving this. So again, what I did with 30, if you come up here, local, it's coming through the local 7, just in case, you know, we want to hook a laptop, a guest bring their mic, you know, we got quick access, just, you know, plug it up right there and we'll come through channel 30. That'll probably be something I do. And listen, we go to our crowd and room mics. Oh, let me show you so on the Leslie over here, I just kept everything. I turned the EQ on, kept it flat. Okay? Just to get that, you know, that whole natural organs. I'm not doing nothing to it. How it comes out, that, you know, through I actually have 2 Samsung, maybe Q6 mics. I don't know. But they're actually good mics though. I have 2 of those on the Leslie, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom behind it. And it sounds great, okay? Crowd mics. Let's go back home. 31, 32. I'm using the AT2020 studio mics for the crowd mic. 1 on the left side of the church, 1 on the right side of the church, right in the front of the stage. And again, right here you can see I use channel 31 and 32 on the S32 Snake. And that leaves us with an open channel here, and I ran that through local 9. Okay. So our music here. This is funny that I can show you guys this because I haven't fixed this yet. So here, channel 33, if you look here, it's coming through local 1 and 2. So I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna put it on 1 fader. Even though it takes time, I'm gonna show you guys, because hey, you can always, you know, come back or fast forward through. I know some people don't like long videos. So how would we do that? All right. So let's get to our routing, I believe. Okay, we'll do this together. So input. Let's go down to, here we go. So what do we want to change? Nope, we got to go back local. So this is what we want to change, right? So, so we're gonna go. Let's change this to our local. Oh man, let's go back to. Oh my God, I'm looking so bad here, like I don't know what I'm doing. So all right, let's get out of here. It's driving me nuts. Let's try this again. Let's go home. Okay, so here we go. So you see we have this. So this is correct here. So, all right. I just did this earlier, guys, and output So input. I can hear people go to the. All right. So here we go. So we're gonna change this local in. I'm doing something wrong, guys. All right. So here we go. We're gonna keep that like that, and here I'm gonna put that on local 10. All right, there we go, guys. We got it. So let's get back out of that. Now we go back to our local. So you see local 1 and 2 is there, and see. So now when we click on music on channel 33, look, local 10 is channel 34 now. But look what we do when we click 33. Up here on the local, it's still coming through local 1 and 2. All right. Whew. Man, it had me stressing for a second. But listen, like I said in the other video, we're learning together. All right, so let's get back to it, guys. Sorry for slowing up the process. So now, look at here. We on channel 33. You guys see that? And when we go here, local 1 and 2. It's coming through 2 channels now, but we're using 1 fader. And here, channel 34 is now coming through local 10. And you won't forget, because when you hit channel 34, you know that you could plug up into local 10, and you could change this to any channel you want. You know, if I want to go back and change 34 to, 30, channel 24, channel 22, where I got set to local 5, I can do that. You could do whatever you want, all right? Which is awesome. Okay, so 36 is my trumpet player. I have no EQ on that, which I'm gonna do if I get a chance, because when he's playing, I'm playing. So what I'm trying to do is on a Tuesday night or something, when we have more musicians come in, I'll sit back, go in the sound room, and tweak everything. Okay, so the black and red mic should look another. Just I'm going with a simple EQ, the standard EQ, just to get started. All right, so I've been talking long enough, guys. I'm gonna show you what's going on in my mains over here. We have the red compressor. All right, these are my settings. My release is 564 threshold, -9 dB. My ratio, my attack, and my makeup gain. You see that? Okay. Then I have a EQ. I have a combo. Guys. Another combo on the main channel. Let's go to the warm. Look at this. So warm. All right. EQ. Dynamics. All this is on the main, okay? EQ. Here's my EQ, which you could play with and do whatever you need to. Let's go to the stream. All right, now guys, listen. I'm looking here. Because I have the screen TV up there. I can see myself, and I have my camera here. But I'm looking at you. Take notes of this stream, because it's gonna make your stream sound better. All right, so here we go. Red compressor again. All right. Makeup gain. Attack. Ratio. Threshold. Release. All right. EQ. You can play with your EQ however you want. You see mine, I just have a little of the mids going, because excuse me, I was playing around in Logic with our live stream mix, and I noticed when I bring the mids down, we get a better sound for our worship setting. I don't know if that's going to work for you guys, but it works for us. So take a picture of that. Now here's my mastering chain for our live stream. All right, so let's go to the first thing. I'm using a combo. This is what you call a combo. All right. Let's see if I can go home and show you. So look, you see this combo? That's incredible. You getting all in one, right? So here we go. We got a tape machine. That bad boy spinning. I got my drive at 2.0 dB, speed at 28.7, high shelf on, low bump off, power on. All right, EQ. Got the sub flat. We got the sub flat here. 0.5. Okay, take note. Air gain. All right. And guys, that's my stream. Okay, so then we have our rear speakers. I just have them flat. I don't have anything going on. You know, I have them set to down here at negative 2.9, where, you know, I don't have them matched up with our main speakers, but I can if I want. But where I have it is perfect, because I don't want to blow people's ears from the back. You know what I'm saying? Who want to hear loud music from behind there, behind them? All right, so let's go to our stage monitors. And you can see on the stage down here, I got everybody coming up. You can see I got the Apostle channel up a little louder than everybody else. Our praise team leader is a little louder than everybody else. And our pastor, our lady, her mics is a little louder than everybody else on the stage monitors. Okay, I got my subwoofers, and you can see on the subs, guys, I have everybody microphones off. Okay, so what do I have on? I have the bass coming through. I have my keyboard coming through, but not as hot as the bass. This was my keyboard channel when I was doing 2 channels for stereo, before I learned how to put the stereo on 1 channel, which I showed you guys. Coming through subs. Keys 2, subs. The iPhone line for tracks, subs. Our drum kick, of course, subs. So you see I have that kick coming in hard. All right, let's bring that down a little bit, because I want those to kind of match up a little bit. All right, vocal verb. So if we go back to our vocals, look, guys, I got that vocal verb. I got it on. It's not too crazy, but it's on. Vocal delay, it's on. All right, so guys, this is my mix, my starting mix that I put together, and I hope that what I showed you guys actually help you out. And listen, if this video did help you out, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.